Okay, so we are back for 2024. We'll move the camera. Doesn't have to be quite as far over because I don't have anyone at the table to include. And with that, we are up to session number 104, or the simpler version of it, Phase 3, Season 1, Episode 15. The characters are currently traveling through a place known as Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. So something interesting for them to deal with. And they have been there for quite a few sessions now, I believe.
Been a little while being chucked in there.
Okay, so you headed there on session 11 and now it's session 15, so it is technically the 5th session of the storyline, and you've done pretty well in 5 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly a book you can finish in one go. Not and actually see the sights.
Well, let's face it. Level 1 appears big enough, but we seem to have many, many levels to go.
Well, we have to say that Friday group did do the book in one go, which is why you've got problems now.
I've got 14 days of rations, so hopefully we don't stretch that too much.
Which is
Hey, we found the microwave and the food ration dispensers, so we're not going to starve.
Cool.
On the bright side, these aliens eat the same sort of food you do, just prepared differently.
Or at least the food they have appears edible, like apparently edible.
So at online today, we have Jeremy.
Good evening all. I'm playing Karameikos, a Balabaran human from the land of Karameikos. Started off as a poor peasant boy, but has since developed using his own intellect and skill and wisdom to help others and thereby help himself to become someone who everyone looks up to and seeks advice from at all times.
No.
You just have to build yourself some more statues.
Well, have them build the statues.
Problem is, he doesn't have a lot
Hey,
of followers.
I've got the statues in the Hollow World.
People might not appreciate being sent there to worship your statue.
Well, that's why Demetria presents himself up here, where people can present and worship him appropriately up here.
Okay, so which then brings us to Trellin.
I'm playing Tyrellian Silverleaf, the Kenzai monk, and he's playing an urchin. I have no idea where he grew up. It's all a bit muddy.
Well, technically, he grew up in Dorican as a halfling.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Because you didn't change any of his background with your wish, you only changed his race and class.
Okay. I'll make a note of that. Thank you.
He grew up as a halfling, and then when he spoke to the Immortals, he grew up further.
So technically, he still has the same parents, even though you're a elf and they're both halflings.
Yeah. That's all pretty weird.
Hey guys,
And yes, David, we
Can you
can
hear
hear
David?
you.
fantastic, thank you.
Which does bring us to David. Introductions.
He says as he just mutes his microphone. Hello, I'm David. I play Flamen Goranov, the undefeated champion of all of Ethengard and the land. Never once has he been defeated. Never once has he been in combat on horseback. He's a great horse warrior.
He has been in cutscenes.
Yeah,
in cutscenes.
But that's about it. Oh yeah, barbarian, Ethengarian, human, cool guy, super cool guy, tough, cool guy, tough guy, undefeated.
You did ride down into the valley on your horse.
And then left your horse behind.
Look, I mean, finding my horse is like an episode, like a page of Where's Wally. You're never going to find it, but you're going to keep looking for it.
Okay, so last we had the group, there was the 4 of them that was fighting off a group of displacer beasts and growls. Basically, almost like elithids, except they didn't have the body, just the head.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had a very interesting combat where that happened. And once the combat finishes and you look around, you notice Drussel putting something back away into his bag, and Plowman seems to be standing where Bradshaw was.
Of course.
Plowman has absolutely no idea how he got here or where his clothes are.
What? Oh wow, I'm bloody.
Let's not go on another freaking adventure just to get your clothes.
No, I don't need clothes. I am perfectly capable exactly of that. So I could use a weapon. Do I have a weapon? He looks at Strauss. It's my blade.
You are a bit quiet at the moment, David.
Yep, that'll happen. I'm a thing. Anyway, it's okay. I don't need clothes. I'm glorious without it. I would like my weapon though. He looks at Drazzle.
Drazzle opens up his coat and pulls out a glaive that you recognize.
I don't like that one, but I will have to deal.
And then he pulls out your clothing. Apparently he grabbed that too.
Oh, well, that's just boring.
Well,
Okay.
he had done the same for Bradshaw, but Bradshaw was too proud to ask Drazzle.
And to be honest, Plumber doesn't really need clothes. He's a barbarian. He's better without the armor. Like, fighting naked or fighting with clothes, he is just as good. Fighting with armor is actually worse.
Well, certainly it was the idea that the rest of the party preferred Bradshaw to have had clothes. But I would agree that an Adonis like Plumman obviously doesn't need it.
Yeah, Plumman's far too glorious.
He does offer you your shorts back though.
Look, I mean, take Paul senses from party. You figure out if they want me to wear pants or not. I'm okay either way.
He gestures the pants towards you again. You believe he's already done the poll.
Oh, okay, I will wear clothes. The society is so oppressive.
It might have been one of those times when it was one man, one vote, and Drexel Hunter was the man.
And looking around, Plowman has absolutely no idea where he is. He is in a metal box with dead kitties with 8 limbs and what looks to be a floating brain with a beak and tentacles out of his nightmares.
This is the strangest sex party I've ever been to. What is going on?
And looking at Plowman,
Why am I here?
Plowman has all these markings written all over his skin, all over his back. It looks like someone's been doing anatomy checking on him.
Wait, Drazel, what have you been doing to me? You haven't been using me for experiments again, have you? How many times do I have to tell you? You must get consent before doing experiments on people. Otherwise, it's wrong.
Drazel just shrugs.
But, you know what? I don't remember anything, so whatever. Anyway, what are we doing here? Why is there a giant... You know what? I don't even know what it is. Why are there dead... You know what? I don't even want to know what these are. Why am I here?
We're in an
You know what,
ancient
Drazel,
spaceship.
don't worry about it. Drazel, don't worry about it. The rest of you idiots, why am I here?
We're in an ancient spaceship that crash
What the
landed.
hell is a spaceship?
I don't know, but it's something that's come from outer space.
I don't like ships to begin with. I'm not a... Well, I'm a big fan of open spaces, but where are the sails? Where are the oars? Where is the wood? Is it metal?
Yes, it is metal.
No, but
If it
why?
makes you feel
Why?
better, if it makes you feel better, consider this the idea we're trapped in a dungeon underground.
No, it doesn't. In fact, that's almost worse. But you know what? Whatever. What are we doing? Why am I here? What do you need killed?
Well, like I said, we're effectively trapped in a dungeon underground. So right now we're going down further so we can get out the exits.
What do you mean we're going down to get an exit? This is shit. You don't go down to go exit, you go up. You get out of shit, up.
It makes me look across at Trella with a look of, say, to mention ships.
Yeah, I'll just shake my head.
This some wobbly wobbly drizzle crappy stuff.
If that makes you feel better? No.
I hate you all so much.
Drazel just looks at you and says, rebound time.
What?
Previous timeline didn't work.
Oh, we're doing it again. Okay, why didn't you lead with that? Still makes absolutely no sense, but I can work with that. Okay, let's go. Yes. I notice there's no Bradshaw. Is this now like a timeline without dwarves? Also, what's the timeline?
He says
Well,
in this
you can only
time,
hope.
in this timeline, you were trapped in a
positions.
tube.
Okay, so we've gone to Transformers dimension. Okay, the cube, the Allspark.
Well, anyway, it's marvellous you're here, I guess. And let's keep moving.
Drazel, could we find a dimension or a timeline where this idiot is not here? Like somewhere with far less arrogance and more, what's the word, humility, you know, like me.
Drazel just looks at you and deadpan says, this is best version. Drazel tried.
If this is best version and that idiot is still here, I don't know that best version is enough.
Obviously, any timeline or dimension where Dimitri does not exist has obviously already failed.
Does this dimension still have pockets? Not dimensional pockets, just pockets in pants. They're important.
Apparently, you haven't put those on yet.
Damage is still a thing.
You've got your shorts, not your pants.
This dimension doesn't have, this timeline doesn't have any pants?
No, Drazel hasn't handed them to you yet.
Oh. So, this dimension has pants. Timeline.
He
From now on.
He pulls out your pants out of his bag.
So aggressive, but okay. Look. The party members of fierce, mighty warriors, let us bring the invention of pants to this timeline. We will be rich.
He throws your pants at you.
Thank you.
So, you happy for us to find our way out further down now?
No, I'm not happy, but I don't really have any choice. If we want to make a fortune inventing pants in a timeline, we need to get here. And if that means we have to go down, well, okay.
There
I'm
is.
Yes,
glad
we
we've all
do.
got the same goal.
So there is a non-working lift beside you. You could just jump down that.
Wait. All these marks. Does that mean that I was destroyed and this is how you joined me together again?
Drizzle says in other timeline, Playman was. He pauses looking for the word and comes up with pieces. Playman was pieces.
Oh. And that does not mean at peace. But let us go up back towards the northern lift, and we shall try and go down from there.
Can I just grab a large quarter pounder meal with bacon, no pickles, please?
And some sort of robot starts wandering up to Playman and gives him a bag of something and then continues off. Which sort of surprises all of you because, hey, you didn't know you could actually order food while you were walking down the corridors.
That is odd.
Good, how are you? That's it.
And it was a cute little droid too because it had this little trundle wheel that it was running on down the hallway.
Okay. Dimitri will aim to lead the other three back towards the top end of the location of where we came in.
Yep.
And have a closer investigation of this apparently a working elevator. He's got to work out how it works, or pick up the information he got from the various games room and or the computer room.
Okay, so as you're walking down these passageways, I will give each of you a perception roll. Because hey, that's always fun.
Yeah. There's always so much to see and do here.
18.
26 for Dimitri.
Thanks so much. You too.
Okay, so that was 18 for Trellin. $26 for Dimitri, and then we need to ask Plum what his was. Apparently he's busy. So we'll get back to him in a moment.
Yeah, I'll roll for him and add. How much do you add, Mum?
18.
No, to your protector, what you'll more add plus where you add to the roll. We'll give Plum something between the average of our two rolls.
So plus 10.
I'm actually just bringing up my character sheet now.
Oh, okay. There you go.
All good. So, as you're walking down the passageway, you stumble across some webbing that wasn't there the first time you came down.
webbing like spider webbing?
Webbing unlike anything you've seen before, and it shimmers with its own light.
Okay. Do we see it before we run into it?
It just sort of appeared as you hit it. It wasn't there until you hit it, and the shimmering seems to be the vibration caused by you touching the web.
Okay. Have we all touched it at the same time?
No,
when...
Dimitri was leading.
Okay. And is it actually sticky? Is it trapped, Dimitri, or is it just a more block at this stage?
Okay, so it doesn't appear to be stuck to you. It just creates a vibration. But its vibration gives light to you.
I'm in ready.
Okay.
So what did Plumman get for his initiative?
Whatever it was, +4.
I rolled an 18 for you. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so what does Dimitri want to do now that he's found some sort of strange webbing?
Well, one thing as we were walking off, Dimitri did say to Plumman that, hey, in answer to the question of what do you want me to kill, the answer was most things that we meet are not to be damaged. Particularly the robotic and metallic ones. So, which of course is instinct to say that in the mounds of dead bodies that were around us at that moment in time.
Yeah, he missed the combat.
So, so is this webbing actually blocking the pathway, or is it just a single strand that was across? Or
well, at this point, you can only see a single strand, but it seems to start to fade as you step away from it.
Okay, and whereabouts is this appearing? Do I figure that we'd gone back to a potential chamber and then gone north, or back up the corridor we just came from the commanders or prior commanders?
Heading
I'm
up.
happy with more the central.
Well, as you're heading down that passageway, which you hadn't been before, you come across it.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yes, because we hadn't actually been on the passage between the east side and the central corridor, had we? The central compartment.
You had not.
Well, yeah, Rachel step back and aim to just he hasn't got a quarter staff anymore. He'll use an invisible mage hand to actually just test to see the extent of this webbing.
Okay, well, he can't actually see any webbing at the moment, and the magical hand that he generates and sends forth doesn't seem to trip anything.
I can get stopped by anything?
Doesn't appear to get stopped by anything. I'm just about to look up weapons and see what might actually be handed to you.
To Barman.
Well, you do have quite a few things that are currently held by Drezel.
Oh, yeah, no. Dimitri, sorry, it's more the idea. I was just looking at his character sheet and he had quarterstaff, but technically that was the. Oh no, he's got the white staff technically. So, I was thinking it was the staff of stone, but he gave that back to Zeligar when he became seneschal for his Questacon. But he's got the white staff to poke ahead to see what's there.
Okay, as you poke ahead with the staff, you strike solid webbing about waist height, a bit further on than the one you ran into, and it sends a vibration through it, and that is currently your turn as you did that probing. Then we're over to Plowman as you watch strands of webbing come into sight and then slowly fade as Dimitri is struck it with her staff. What would Plowman like to do?
Still there, David?
Driving and discording is difficult, especially when you're on your laptop. I do apologize. I actually missed that section. I just had somebody come and talk to me.
All good. You've just seen Dimitri swing his staff at waist height and hit webbing that just appeared out of nowhere, and it sort of shimmered going down the corridor away and disappeared.
Did Dimitri...
Well, it looked like it filled the corridor.
Well, it looked like it crisscrossed a big chunk of the corridor.
Yeah, did Dimitri swing like he was trying to attack?
He did.
Or if he was like, if he was trying to just tappy.
It's just probing it, yeah. Just been thinking he'd walk forward, come across a strand of this webbing that appeared, step back, and then used a staff to just poke around a bit to see if he could work out whether it was a single strand or, in fact, a significant web through the whole turn. So,
just a strange question. Would Plumman know about spiders?
Well,
just regular spiders.
If he has an Arcana roll, he might.
well, I wouldn't put you about natural spiders.
Oh, yeah.
Or he could make a religion roll. That might also help.
And both of those are garbage.
Well, that's okay. Just so was the dice roll. I rolled an 8.
Cool. So when I say that, I'm talking about like more. Well, I guess you could say a knowledge nature, but just spiders. Like in general, has he ever seen a spider make a web?
He has, and most of the web, whatever touches it, sticks to it.
Yep, that's fine. He's going to make a leap of logic and assume that this is some sort of weird sensor system and will not touch anything.
Well, good. As you're looking at that, we move over to Trellin. What does the monk decide to do here?
So I have 60-foot dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to scan them, the darkness as if it were dim light, and that's out to 60 foot, and I'll have my bow in my hands.
And you can clearly see down this passageway there's not a single strand of webbing there.
Alright, I'll keep walking.
Okay, so you take a step next to Dimitri and walk into some webbing that just appears out of nowhere across the passageway, and you can see it shimmer to either side of the passageway.
Alright.
Okay, so as you do that, then you see what appears to be a spider the size of a large dog, with a blue back and a head and a body of mostly white. Its legs darken from blue to nearly black at the tips. Massive fangs protrude from its head, which is crowned with a number of alien-looking eyes that send shivers down your spine. Apparently, that is how it appears as it suddenly appears before Dimitri and Trellin. It will choose to attack one of you. So, odd, it's going for Dimitri. Apparently, it's going for Trellin.
That's fine. I'm immune to poison, so carry on.
Okay, so It managed to hit an armor class 23.
Even with Cloak of Displacement?
It apparently still got through the Cloak of Displacement.
Okay.
And it does a resounding 3 points of piercing damage.
Woohoo!
Okay, so crawling on his last legs, okay.
And it seems to stalk backwards after it does that, moving while triggering each of your attacks of opportunity.
Alright. With my longbow, does it prompt?
Longbows generally don't threaten
Okay.
unless you have a feat that allows you to do so.
No.
But Dimitri does have a staff out.
Yeah, but that's okay. He wasn't planning on trying to hit the thing yet.
And you see, as it moves backwards from you, it seems to like spin in the air as it does so, and you see the strands of web light up occasionally, making you think it's put a lot of the strands between you and it.
Yep. Otherwise, is it still visible, or is it gone, disappeared?
Currently still visible, but the strands also fade very quickly. Which brings us down to Dimitri. Yep. You can make an Arcana or Religion roll to figure out what sort of beastie it is.
It's okay, yeah. Dimitri's going to step back a bit, just assess, and yeah, do an Arcana roll to have a look. 28.
28. You do recognize it as a phase spider, though it is a tiny version of it in comparison to the main one, which is why the webbing is not visible, because it's technically mostly out of phase.
Okay, but it was the size of a small dog, you said, didn't you?
It is the size of a small dog, which means it's the equivalent of a baby variant of it.
Wow.
Because the normal ones are bigger than a horse.
Okay. Phase spiders are bigger than I remember.
They are. They are highly intelligent for a spider. Not human intelligent, but extremely intelligent.
Well, obviously not Dimitri intelligent.
Their poison can send you to another plane.
Mm-hmm.
As can they if they latch onto you, but they can only shift once around.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, so to make sure it's mention the others that have that. Oh, yep. Well, you were talking about other dimensions. Well, this is literally one that could come from there and send you there. So, we could try and dispose of it, or we can go round the other way. Okay.
Apparently,
I'm comfortable with just shooting it.
Okay. Sorry?
Trellin said he's comfortable with just shooting it. We still haven't heard from Plumman.
Oh, okay. Dimitri was certainly making this into like okay.
Once it's Plumman's turn, he's just going to ready to attack versus it coming within range.
All good.
Okay. So Dimitri, having given the options, he actually continued to back up, so behind Plumman, and basically he's moving back down the corridor where we came from, with and again keeping an eye out just on the fact that, well, hang on, if that was the baby, maybe the mummy's come up behind us potentially. So,
so Jeremy, what you're telling me is you come within range.
I believe he was already within range, but because he hasn't left your threat area, you can't strike him as a reaction.
That's bad.
So,
I love how 5e has its 5e has a very interesting attack of opportunity reaction.
yeah. So, but okay, certainly, if Cullen wants to start shooting at whatever can be still seen, he's happy for that option, because that meets the overall plans.
So we're up to Trellin, who can attack, but he has disadvantage. Because you can't see the cover.
Right.
Well, I think, have you got a feat that would normally allow you to avoid, ignore cover, even if you can't see it?
Sharpshooter feat. No, it just says attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage on your range weapon attack.
He
Fair
can be. There are other abilities that will allow him to ignore cover, but he has to
Yeah, that's
recognize that there's cover there to ignore it.
Yep, no, that's fine, that's good.
Right. Yeah, so your ranged weapon attacks ignore half cover and 3/4 cover. So I don't know if that applies as well.
In this case, it does not, because it's like displacement, which is why this creature could strike you. He sees the real you, not the displaced you.
All right.
Yeah.
So I got a 17.
A 17 as your lower attack.
Yes.
Okay, your arrow seems to strike true. Roll damage.
Oh, nice. I only got a 3.
You are heroes, remember.
And obviously he did 3 damage to you, so you did 3 damage to him. I consider it being a long combat, except it's a baby. Oh, you mean you rolled a 3 on the D20, right, I see.
Well, it's 5d8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was curious at the idea that you could do 3 damage.
5d7.
So how much did that add up to?
Yep.
Sorry.
Might be a 5d8.
Uh, 27.
Okay, so as your arrow goes flying, you see it fly through a whole lot of webbing that it just cuts right through until it strikes the creature right in the middle of its bundle of eyes, and it just sort of stops moving with its legs curled up and the fletch of the arrow sticking out.
Well, just to be sure,
where's the mother?
Since I have 2 attacks, let's just
Double tap.
Yep.
Okay, second shot.
That was an 18.
An 18. Okay, it also sinks in right next to the first. So now you've got 2 normalish looking eyes sticking out of this multi-eyed head.
And that's 35 points of damage.
Yeah, there's probably not much head left.
Which is quite impressive as you see the arrow do this hole through and through. There's a hole you can see through it as your arrow continues down the corridor.
Right. No worries.
If the arrow at all could activate more webbing as it might in past.
It seems to be snapping all the webbing along the way.
Woohoo! Okay.
Quite a lot of damage in that arrow.
Yeah.
Well, it's an eagle eye longbow.
Okay, so yes, you have managed to defeat the dwarf phase spider.
Right.
Not all of them are big challenges for you, but they can make you think.
Like I said.
Plummet's still
On the one hand, Dimitri's happy that you've
And
Yeah,
what, was
okay.
that, and what was that, David? So we can actually hear you.
I said Plummet is still actively keeping an eye out for the mother.
Okay. Without any paranoia setting in, nothing leaps out at you.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe.
No, you misunderstood. He said nothing leapt out at you. You took 74 points of damage.
Ah, that's fair.
So Dimitri's thinking, oh well, hey, yeah, he's cleared one more monstrous from the area that I'll be claiming later on. But on the flip side, hey, maybe face spider, that could have been handy.
Okay.
Well, I guess we will aim to go forward then.
Okay, you find yourself in the hallway that surrounds the central core.
Okay.
Do you see a
We will
shiny
head-
robot coming around the corner? This one,
Leave it alone, Parman.
this one looks completely different to the ones you faced before, as it has lots of protrusions off the front of it. Imagine a robot covered in blaster weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's what you've got coming.
Dimitri will show it the grey card. What's the grey card? This is the senior one, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
And it just continues to rumble going around the central core.
And then, Dimitri will head off northwards.
Okay, heading around there, you can see the library and the eatery and the gaming room.
Just as we go past the eatery, I guess Dimitri will check. Are you hungry, Parman?
Strangely, no. That's concerning, but I will eat.
Oh, no. If you're not hungry, then we don't do stop. That's fine. And so Dimitri will keep heading north. Because in fact, from Parman's perspective, we're just going through corridors and there were doors nearby. Dimitri and Trellin would recognise the behind some of the doors for the dining hall. But if you don't need to eat, then that's all good.
Okay, so yes, you then start passing up the area towards the shaft you know is working.
Mm-hmm.
And as you walk up there, you see one of the corridors to the left that is dark. Has lots of mushrooms along its length.
Does the floor seem normal along there?
It's look like it's piles of decomposed vegetable matter and soil on top of the metal. Making the passage very hard to pass through if you go to the side.
Yeah.
You had ignored it before because you were distracted by the light ahead.
Yeah, okay. Dimitri will be looking at look at that passage and then look to Trellin and say, yeah, did you feel like
Flame tongue.
blowing up the vegetable creatures again?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay,
I'll switch my flame tongue longsword.
you pull out your flame tongue and poke it into the area, and you just hear a sizzling sound of things you're touching cooking.
Yeah, no. Those mushrooms aren't going to be it, but those mushrooms are probably the food. So if you were to go in there and try some of the doors, you'll probably find a few of them if you want.
Is there any reason to go up to it?
Well, if you felt like killing some of the mushroomy things, the tank creature.
No.
Does Plumman pipe up at all when the discussion of killing creatures comes up?
Yes, let's go do it.
Looking down the corridor, are there doors off the corridor?
There are doors north of this passageway that goes west, and there are some doors in the passageway.
Okay. Do the doors in the passageway have any colours on their doors while they're locked?
They are all slightly ajar.
Oh, okay. So, well, if you feel like killing something, Plumman, go down this passageway and have a look in some of those rooms, and there's almost certainly some things you can kill.
Say less, Plumman goes.
Okay. As you step into the area, you're assaulted by the sounds of something screaming. Need to grab a book.
Oh, ouch.
Oh. Always good when you got to go exactly where is this thing again. It's handy when it has it all in the back. Okay, it doesn't appear to be in that one. Always fun to go, which one do I look at today? And did I leave that one up there? Yes, I did. Oh. Yay, buddy. Oh. Let's see. We should have an index here, and I should be able to find it that way. 210. Okay, so the shriek is extremely loud, and it does hurt your ears, but it doesn't cause you any damage. And it's coming from the mushrooms.
If Plumman looks back at this speaking thing, Dimitri will be saying, yeah, that door there, just go on, just have fun.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, probably not saying in that words you could hear, it's all just miming or lip reading.
I'm sure it's fine.
Dimitri will step back a bit, get away from the noise slightly. So.
Yeah, no, he's good to go.
Okay, so as you continue in, you see a whole bunch of what look to be plant people coming out of the doorways.
Does Dimitri recognise the fungi that's causing the noise? Like, as a player, I'm assuming they're Shrieker type things, but...
Yes, all of you are well aware of what Shriekers are.
Yep.
Definitely easy to tell once you activate them.
That's right, yes, that's right. So, once they're activated, Dimitri notices that Plumman is not trying to shut them down. We'll go with the firebolt to actually cut the Shriekers off, just so therefore it can be a bit quieter. But okay. I'm assuming that Plumman's also meeting the hippies at the same time.
I will go with another roll of initiative. Because things are going to happen at the same time.
Well, Dimitri's probably going first.
13.
33 upgraded.
So 13 for Trellin.
Yep.
And 33 upgraded for Dimitri. And what about Plum? He's got a +4, you said?
It'll be your turn to roll next time. Roll his 18 next time for him, Martin.
Yes, so 28, but no. At the moment, it's 13.
No, but I mean, it's just Martin decided to roll for David just there and rolled an 18 like I did in the first combat. So it'll be your turn next time to roll for David and give him an 18.
I know that was
Or we'll just get,
that was me rolling for the bad guys.
Oh, okay, well. Do you want me to roll for you, David, or you want Martin to?
Yeah, roll please.
You go ahead.
15 total.
15
15 total, or as in you rolled an 11?
As in like 11 on the die, plus your 4.
You're perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. I didn't roll a pair of natural 20s, sorry.
True.
I could have changed dice, hang on. No, that rolled 11 too. What? And the next time he rolled a third dice, he also rolled an 11, but it was only a D12.
Okay, so
I'm getting a clue that you're supposed to be on 11.
Dimitri, you're up first.
Okay. I'm just aiming to quieten those 3 tricks by putting a fireball through them.
Okay, give me an attack roll because you can miss.
AC 21.
I'd be surprised if you did miss, but you can miss. So yes, that becomes a critical hit.
Okay. For 17, 25, 50 points of fire damage then.
Okay, so as you hit it, it explodes out into a wave of fire going down the corridor, lighting up all the fungi in the area.
Is that a good thing?
Well, do you consider Plum and a fun guy? If not, then he obviously has to be lit up. But if he is the life of the party, then maybe he's burning.
And now it is the first round of combat, and Dimitri's up.
Is there still any shrieking going on?
There is lots of shrieking going on because fire seems to cause them to shriek.
Oh, okay, so the Shriek still alive.
There is
Anyway.
more than one.
More than one? I will go for another one then.
You can hear at least 6 or 7 echoing down the corridor.
Man, you mean I must try these 2 cantrips around just to stop them that quicker? AC 17.
Okay, so that becomes a critical hit.
Okay. These things are hard to hit, definitely. 15, 23, 46 points of damage.
Okay, and it also explodes in a glorious wave of flame coming in many directions.
Armor's immune to flame, isn't he?
No.
Oh, you should have said.
Okay.
You said there were more Shriekers still?
Yes.
Man, I'm trying to miss. I'm down to a 16 to hit.
And your 16
I'm down to a 16.
And your 16 is also a critical hit.
I think it's going to be hard to miss. But hey, on the bright side, Only 36 points of damage this time.
Okay, it also explodes in a ball of flame. Now, you see a group of veg pygmies coming into the corridor with weapons ready, stepping into the flame and almost crumbling to nothing as they come out. And so Plumman gets to make a Constitution saving throw because you're standing in the middle of all this flame.
Okay, can somebody who's not going to stuff up the roll for me?
Do you want me to do it then?
I'll do it.
The answer is no, you can't. But roll it anyway, please, Jeremy.
I got a 10 on the dice.
I'm glad I said Jeremy.
He did say Jeremy. And did Jeremy get lower?
Well, no. Apparently, 8-2, you're supposed to get 10.
So the roll was 10.
Okay, so Plumman takes.
Hang on. Just because the roll is 10 doesn't mean I get 10.
No.
What are we doing? A Constitution save?
It is a Constitution save.
17.
Okay, so on a 17, what is Dimitri's spell DC?
Well, he gets my spell DC because he actually gets the pollen exploding, isn't it?
It is a pollen exploding caused by your spell.
Okay. In which case, then, you're in trouble. I got 19 to the DC.
So, yes.
Oh,
Plumman gets pummeled for about 40 points of fire damage.
okay.
Jeez.
Cool.
But hey, you can feel your clothes burning as well as your mustache.
The mustache.
Tomorrow she won't remember that necessarily, but
Anyway, who's next?
yeah.
So Jeremy, I believe we're getting a bit of background noise from you.
Sorry, that was going walking in the corridor toward us and actually walk away again. So hopefully, took quiet down.
All good. I just wanted to let you know we're hearing her in the background.
Yeah.
Though I did pull out my cursed dice if you really want me to roll for you. So, what does Plumman want to do now that he's feeling a little toastier?
Plumman would like to. Is there some enemies in front of him?
No, apparently Dimitri kill stole from you.
Well, Plumman's going to throw a hand axe at Dimitri's head.
Okay. At which point you realize the only hand axe you have is your glaive.
Well, it's in my hand and it's an axe. No, he's fine. He just grumbles at Dimitri. Guys, I've got to jump off for about 10 minutes or so.
All good. So I'll end you jumping off with you stepping out of the fire and patting yourself down to save your mustache. Trellin, you're up.
Are there any targets?
Looking down the passageway, probably not. You think that vegetation's burning quite nicely and very warm. You can feel the heat from here.
Alright, well, I'll have my eagle eye longbow ready.
Okay. After about 5 minutes of the smell of vegetation burning and the roof of the corridor being filled with a black smoke, it starts to get sucked out with the sound of whirling machinery.
That was interesting.
Yeah, let's put it on the way through.
Okay, so yes, you are. You seem to have cleared the area of vegetation with a couple of explosive flaming bolts.
Well done.
You did know that these things were explosive when they were...
Reluctantly, I'll congratulate Jeremy.
No, exactly. Theoretically, it was the idea that they shouldn't have exploded because they weren't pollen-producing creatures that we'd come before. And obviously, you'd tuck your sword into a pound of a nice and moist. But, hey, Dimitri got to accidentally burn Flamen, so big plus side. But possibly it might be worth taking a short trip back toward where we had the actually we might head back toward the where the displacer beast and doppelganger the displacer beast and grells were.
Yep.
And that had the lovely nurse that I'm sure Palmer would love to talk to.
Very much.
Okay. So
we'll go to the nurse's one rather than the surgeon's one.
Very much.
Yes, I can agree on that one. Okay, so
I have 14 points that I'm missing, so...
The nurse looked prettier. So.
Okay, so as you reach the door and open it up, you do see the nurse is still standing there. So you've got to even have a picture of what it looks like. Handout number 10. Oh, let's see. So that is the nurse.
Yep.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. That's right. Dimitri just take you to a pretty nurse to get packed up.
That's a shame.
I think that Martin took the picture down before you might have had a chance to see it, but so and then Dimitri will flash the grey card and say, my friend here requires assistance.
And I also have a hit point damage of 14.
Okay, so as Plowman comes in, the nurse comes towards him and pokes him.
Remember, this is one of those metallic things. It's not kill the metallic thing.
As something sticks into your arm, you have visions of lots of this happening to you all over your back at some point. As you,
I don't want to think about it.
as you're healed 21 points of damage from the first poking.
Okay.
And then pokes you a second time. This one heals up 13 points of your damage.
Yep. I'm okay now. Thank you very much.
And then pokes you another time, clearing up the rest of the damage.
Oh yeah, terima kasih banyak. Thank you. Go away.
Now I'll have a go, if that's okay.
Yes. She does go to you and heals up all your damage.
Thank you.
Considering it would have healed 11 points of damage if you needed it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
There's a beeping of her instrument, and she says, I'm now out of healing until refreshed.
Well, thank you for your service.
Next supply run is due in and gives you a number that doesn't seem to translate.
Dimitri mentally translates it for about 17 decades. 4 years, man.
From what Dimitri understands, she's describing distance, not time.
Okay.
Yeah, and in that wonderful time, there's a good chance that Dimitri will have died of old age, and the world will be a brighter place.
The world will mourn such a day.
The New Orleans way.
In which case, they say, Dimitri's mentally thinking, oh, well, good, that's more than annoying critic's gone, so that'll be helpful when he takes over the place. But let us return back to our plans going forward. Although,
Really?
did you want to have a look? Did you want to have a look down those areas to see if there was anything of interest amongst the hippies?
I don't know. Do you want to go and have a look down that area to see if there's anything of interest, you goddamn meat shield?
Drizzle shows you a picture of Plumman with flame from his clothes and mustache.
That looks awesome!
Yeah, almost as awesome as Dimitri's flaming red hair.
Plumman goes to walk away, and while he's using his glaive as a walking stick, the pommel of the glaive's handle just lands on Dimitri's toe.
You hear a clang and look down and notice he's wearing boots.
More importantly,
it's the heavy, the incredibly heavy glaive just suddenly lifts up and drops down even harder with more force.
Well, no, but it's okay to say you didn't actually hit the boot. The clang was when you hit the floor, because he's got his arcane ward that means that just split off. So,
I will murder you in your
yes.
sleep. One day you will not wake up.
Everything must come to an end.
Yes, and let us hope that yours comes sooner than anybody else.
Oh, well. People just don't know what they wish for.
I know what I wish for.
Drizzle looks up
I
and
wish for
says,
silence and happiness and peace.
Drizzle says, wishes, bad idea.
Is it though?
Careful what wish for. It might happen.
Good.
So Dimitri's gone up north to the what we believe is the platform, to the elevator, and is examining to see how it will work.
Okay, so as you get there, it does seem to have a glowing floor on it, unlike the other two you've seen.
Mm-hmm. Are there any
You can see through the
markers
floor.
or controls?
And there seems to be a illusion that has its controls floating in the air.
Okay. This has the doing the games type stuff. Did Dimitri come across an explanation about how to use this thing?
Well, they have these arrows up and down, and you just push the arrow.
Yep. Happy to give that a try then. So he will cautiously take a first step and confirm that the floor is solid at the present time.
Yep, it is quite solid. Doesn't even make a sound as you step on it.
And then, yep, he will step onto the flooring and gesture to the others. We're going down.
I'll go.
Okay. So it goes down the level, and you find yourself looking out at a strange area. Okay, so handout 17 to show you. As soon as you get here, you get the handout.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see how this works. There we go. Do you want me to put that on the bigger screen?
It's not very visual from what I can see at this stage.
Okay.
I don't know if Martin's got a better image, but
There we go.
I've kind of zoomed in, but
How's that?
oh, okay, yep. So basically, yes, it's a reasonably big room with some pillars in the way and a bit messy. Is that what we're looking at?
From a player's perspective, you're in a crawl space.
uh-huh.
Oh, okay. So how high is the roof?
The roof itself is about 2.5 to 5 feet.
Jeez.
2.5 to 5 feet. Okay. So,
Because things hang down, piping goes in all different places, and it's looks like it's not designed to walk along.
okay. Do the apparent controls on the elevator still have an up arrow and a down arrow?
They do.
Unless you guys feel like crawling around, I'm figuring we'll keep going down.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Dimitri can probably actually get around here without too much bother compared to you two. Yeah, but yes, we'll try going down again.
He did say 2.5 to 5 feet, so
Yeah. And connected it I'm assuming that means that it's basically a 5-foot ceiling, which would make Dimitri crouching slightly because he's only 5'2". But with the pipes and things like that you'd have to crawl under on regular occasions.
Yep.
Whereas you guys are probably on your tummy most of the time.
It's considered difficult
Yes.
terrain. For a small creature, it's considered difficult terrain.
Yep.
Okay, so the next one opens up and you're greeted with a completely different sight.
That looks more inviting.
And if you notice that there seems to be a dark border around the outside of it,
Oh yeah.
that is a walkway which you're standing on. You're looking.
Oh, okay. So we're looking down onto that thing, are we?
You are
Effectively.
looking down onto that. A paradise inside this metal ship, with more greenery here than found in all of Ethinger.
Dimitri will sweep his hand towards it, looking at Plum and say, "See, dungeon underground."
Yeah, great. Don't care. Let's go.
Okay, so as you step out, there is a dense patch of vibrant green vines near the edge of the balcony here. That is right in front of the lift.
It's like vines that appear to lead down into the garden below. Is that what you mean?
They do appear to, but they are between the edge of the walkway and the doorways of the lift. You can actually you're looking over the vines when you're looking down. And it's about 80 feet from the walkway to the ground below.
Okay. And what's to the left and right of it? Do you see anything along the walkway?
Well, you haven't actually gotten out onto the walkway. You haven't walked through the vines yet.
Oh, okay. So the vines are effectively blocking the way at the moment.
They cover the floor, and you've avoided stepping on most things that are in the way.
Yep. Fair enough.
And they even have a picture for it to make you feel even creepier.
Oh, goody.
Why not creep you out as much as possible with more pictures? Because, of course, pictures always make you imagine things. So, 21, nice leafy looking, I'm sure completely harmless stuff there.
That's right. The garden from downstairs is obviously escaping. Does Dimitri recognise these plants at all?
Give me a nature roll.
Uh, 9 plus. Total of 16.
Total of 16. Let me have a quick look at. Okay. 16. You're not really quite sure what these vines are. But
Okay.
having a closer look, you do recognize that there are vines like this that are known to constrict on people faster than you could move.
Is this a time for Flame Tongue?
Well, I was going to say the fact that, well, it would appear the garden's escaping. It probably should be put, this area could be cleared of the garden, and then we'll move on. So.
Okay, so you move out with your flaming sword.
Yeah, I'll turn it on.
Okay, so while Plowman stands in the background and watches, as does Dimitri and Drazzle, you swing your flaming sword around and just carve your way through it all as it seems to shrink away from the flame but being unable to move fast enough.
Cool.
So the plants do seem to be moving at their own accord.
It was Stranglevine,
Right.
which is
Alright.
quite deadly to some people.
I'll make sure it's well and truly dead.
Okay, you burn it and cut all that's at this level, making the rest drop to the ground below.
Cool.
So you see that there are doors either side of you now, as there's quite a few areas up on this walkway.
Okay.
You can either go left or right. There are 2 doors to the left. One of them has a key card, one of them's open. And there's 1 door to the left, it requires a key card.
What colour key cards are we talking about?
The violet ones.
Violet. We've got a few violet cards. Do we remember what the violet actually meant? I can't remember off the top of my head.
It is the technical card.
They were technical. Okay. But there was one of them was open, you said?
One of them is open. The furthest
I'll look by the open doors.
furthest one on the
Oh, the
right.
furthest one, was it?
You got a violet door next to you, and then a opening further down before the corridor starts to go around the area you're looking at. As you can see, there are lots of doors either side around the platform.
Okay. Let's try the closest violet door then.
Okay. As you activate the machinery with a beeping sound, you see a trio of boxy protrusions emerge from the walls of this small chamber. Each trails a thin rope-like cord ending in an odd fork-shaped ornament. A cylindrical metal creature with tentacle arms present here, along with 3 bulkier metallic monsters with duck-like heads.
Dimitri will flash a grey card and say, nothing to say, it's all good. We're fine.
Okay, it seems to beep at you. And then they plug themselves back into the wall.
But otherwise, this room was effectively empty. Is that what you're saying?
There is a second violet door here that seems to head into the open room you saw.
Well, we'll go to the open room instead. We'll go to the open door, so that way we can actually look carefully around the edge before actually exposing the open door.
I just have to flip between sections because it's part of the additional areas you can stumble across.
Oh, goody.
Well, they have two sections. One that's based on what was originally there, and one's based on what they've added.
Oh, okay.
So you have the added rooms with a circle on them, and the original ones without a circle.
Right.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, goody.
Okay, so I'm going to call initiative before I describe it.
Roll, please.
I'll roll for you first then, this time, David.
Thank you.
Like I said, we'll just call David's initiative 22.
Name 22.
What the hell?
And Dimitri will be using stealth because he was deliberately looking carefully around, which puts him slightly worse off, but total of 17.
17. I've just got to roll for them once I figure out what I need to roll. It's always fun when you have to keep track of multiple pages to figure out what's happening.
Wow, I really wish I hadn't decided. I really wish I hadn't gone for the stealth option. Not only did it make my initiative worse, but I just rolled my stealth with advantage. I got 2 and 2. So a total of 11 on stealth.
Well, it just shows you not everything goes to plan.
I mean, I'm lucky I didn't have disadvantage on the roll because I would have got a 2.
Do these guys have it in here? It's always fun when you're trying to figure out how they rename creatures between books.
I'm pretty certain dragons remain the same across all versions.
Okay, that one. Luckily I had a bookmark. Okay, so who wishes to go first? Plumman or Trellin? Has been the one to walk into the room and discover the fun fact that's going to be in there.
Oh, I think it's Plumman.
It does make sense for it to be Plumman on the idea that he's a melee and Fallon is a missile.
Okay. So this large, high-ceiling chamber contains stacks of containers arranged in neat piles. Many of the containers show signs of damage. However, and the floor bears piles of rotting organic matter and rusted metal material. Clinging to the sides of several containers piled high overhead are clusters of pearlescent orange globes slick with slime, each pulsing faintly with life. And you can see that there are 4 Grell in this room, and they're eggs. So there are 3 of them 3 of these growls are the size of your of a dog. So, and that's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Brain with tentacles. And then you've got the look of the room. So nice and fun to look at. So Plowman sees floating brains with tentacles and beaks. How would he like to deal with that nightmare?
On the plus side, he's in a room with plenty of room to swing his helmet with blades.
Sorry, say that again for me, Martin. I was just on the phone.
All good. You're in a room with brains with beaks and tentacles floating towards you.
Well, in the words of one of my favourite rock stars, it's clobbering time. Plum raging.
Okay.
That was a Fantastic Four Ben Grimm reference.
Oh, we certainly understood that, but what I was concerned about was blades aren't clobbering tools.
He can hit with the butt of the stick. That's clobbering.
Oh, yes.
Plumman's quite happy to demonstrate on Dimitri just how clobbering blades can be.
Okay, so you can see 3 of these brains with beaks coming towards you, while a larger one behind it is slowly moving towards you.
Okay, how far away is the large one?
The large one itself would be about 60 feet away, whereas you've got to move between the smaller ones to get to it, which are about 30 feet away.
Yep, he'll move to the small one and pick one of them and catch.
Okay. So yes, you have managed to reach one of the small ones. Someone gets to make an attack roll for you.
He'll move within 5 feet of one of the small ones.
Yeah. I've rolled a 14 for you.
Fantastic. Crap. Let me just open the thing again. It is easier to play D&D while driving a truck than it is driving a car.
I'm not certain that could be tested either way.
Yeah. Did you say 14?
He said
14
14.
on the die, yep.
23 to hit.
So on a 23 to hit, that does make it a critical hit on this brain with a beak.
Excellent. I look forward to dealing an incredible amount of damage to it. I don't
What kind of damage did you...
Weapon hit. I have weapons mastery as well.
Yeah. It's a +2 weapon. Back to music. The description of the next Alan's blade doesn't actually give damage to the weapon itself.
Okay, so the one that I've got down here is it's a D8 weapon. So it will do 2d8 from its base thing plus another 3d8 from Plowman.
Yep.
So that means
So
it does 5d8.
5d8? Yep. 10, 18, 21, 27.
27.
Strength damage and things like that.
And then
so 5 strength and rage as well.
and then
Okay, extra +2. Oh no, you're 11th level barbarian now, aren't you?
and he strikes this strange creature, and the how do you describe Plowman murdering this brain with tentacles and a beak in one go?
Cut directly in half by the glaive.
Okay, 2 sides go flying towards Dimitri and Trellin, splattering them as it flies overhead.
Hey, Dimitri's still round the corner because he was thinking effective, not.
Hey, I got some good news.
Yeah.
That's not my only attack.
Okay, you move to the next one and give me an attack roll for David.
Total of 10, sorry, on this one.
Which means with the +8 for proficiency because he's a expert with it, and at least a +4 for strength, meaning that it's at least a 22.
Well, 23 is +5 for strength, minimum. You said.
Then +5 for strength, so 23. So it's another critical hit. So roll me another 5d10.
Oh, okay. D10 or D8?
It's d10.
Oh, okay. I did D8 last time.
So
Yeah.
I've upgraded the glaive to the level up version of the glaive. So it has made a D8 piercing or slashing choice when you attack.
Yeah, we're going with slashing on
either way.
It's also, previously I with a regular glaive on 2d10.
Yeah. But I go 5d10. Lowest roll was an 8. 3 8 to 9 to 10. So 24, 34, 43, plus the 5 strength is 48. Doubled before you have any other modifiers,
Okay,
I think.
so
But
how would
I'm just going to right, So whereas the other one was cut down in half, this one is cut up in half while it's slightly hovering over Plumman. Plumman is covered in the blood of this awful brain, and the bits go wherever you would like them to go.
Okay, so you see Plumman do a run in, do a flick backwards, sending one flying into pieces behind him, managing to splatter Dimitri even though he was around the corner before it flew over the edge into the foliage below. And then he swings up and cuts this one in half, raining it down on himself and actually feeling better as it seems to soothe all those burned areas that he had received earlier in the flame. Not sure that bathing in the blood of a grell is a great anti-burn treatment, but hey, you get what you can get. And does Plumman have a third attack at this level?
I think that's restricted for fighters.
That's why I thought I'd ask.
No.
Okay, so that is two very
But
effective.
just before we go on, Plumman unleashes the most awful, evil, guttural, deathly, hateful yell that you've ever heard as he bathes in the blood of this enemy.
Now, do I have one I can actually do for you? No, nothing on this sound set will give me a good version of that. Maybe. How's that? Okay, so that brings us
Just going to jump off for about 10 minutes.
all good. That brings us to Trellin as you're watching Plumman making much growly noises and bathing in the blood of his enemy.
Well, I'll try and tune that out and shoot my longbow at a living one.
The smaller or the larger?
The larger one.
Okay, so give me an attack roll. Will I find my missing dice?
It was 30.
It was 30. 30 will definitely be a critical hit. It is definitely a critical
And is that
hit.
doubled?
It is doubled.
So 54.
54 is a good hit. But it doesn't go down.
Okay. 20.
A 20 is not a critical hit, but you do hit it.
Alright. 25.
25 points of damage at that point takes it to... It's still going and you've hit it twice.
oh, it must be a big one.
Yes, and I managed to lose myself a dice while sitting in my chair. That's always funny. Okay, so that brings us to its go. It hovers down and looks like it's going to attack Plum.
Is this the big one or the little one?
The big one, because he gets to go first. The little one was a lesser one.
Yep.
Okay, so its first attack is quite a bad miss, but not a critical miss.
So I think that even Mrs. Plummer without that clothes on.
And the second one attack is a miss.
Oh.
And then it tries to bite him.
Mm.
And apparently its beak strikes true. It beaks him.
Right in the middle of the head, but then it's still starved because there's no brain to eat.
So it does a whole 10 points of bitey bite damage to Plum, and that brings us to Dimitri's turn.
Okay. I'll have a look back in there, see what's happening, and then cast prestidigitation on myself to clean off the grill goop. I wouldn't want to disturb Plum and fun again. At least. There could be so much more effort to explode in flames, so not as craft as the corridor.
Okay, so Plum seems to be distracted after doing his major attack, and the little one seems to come in and try to attack him using its parent as flanking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still being bugged by where that dice disappeared to. You know what that's like? It's like, hey, where'd it go?
I happen to know exactly what that's like. I had something similar to me happen yesterday.
I've experienced it right now because I've got a cat trying to steal my dice.
Yeah, well, I
But
just
hey,
sat down.
at least that you can excuse it to why it disappeared.
I did manage to move, so I brought it into the light and wasn't blocking it with my own shadow. So a critical hit from one of the normal size growl as it hits him with
Mm-hmm. There's only one of them left, isn't there?
There is only one of them left.
Yep.
And then I hit the camera, which is always fun. So it does a whole 12 points of damage. He's really feeling the double digits.
We'll leave Plummer for dead then and keep moving on, I guess.
Would someone like to make a Constitution saving throw for him, please?
I rolled a 13. I don't know what gets
That is
added.
good. He doesn't need to worry about bonuses. You beat the number just by your roll.
Okay. Cool.
And it has a second attack on Plowman because, well, he is the target of their affections, apparently. And that time it gets a... It's actually not a bad roll, a 26, so I'm going to call that another critical.
No, Plummer's AC is more than 16.
You sure? He's got no armor.
Well, he's got
Yeah, but he's
strength
got-
and con.
He gets to add
He's
his
got
strength
dex
and
and... If he's a barbarian, often better off with that armor anyway.
not always. It's normally their rage abilities can't be used in heavy armor.
Okay.
But the strength and con pluses would be advantageous.
It'd be dex would be the thing for AP though, so but you have 20 dex, so but even that wouldn't be quite enough. But yep, okay. Oh, hang on. When you're not wearing any armor, your armor class equals 10 plus your dex modifier plus your constitution modifier.
Okay, so it should be close to 20.
Yeah, it'd be around 20.
Yeah. So it's just a normal hit then. Which will be another 6 points of damage. And another Constitution saving throw. So who'd like to roll that one?
I got a 10.
He's good. And then it tries to bite him. Also managed to succeed.
He's showing Mummy how to do it.
And this one does a whole 9 points of damage. Taking him to 37 damage in the round. As we now move back to his turn. As he's now constricted by the grell that has him. So, as he's busy, we're going to move over to Trellin to save the day. I'm sure Plowman will let down.
Okay, the constriction means he can't attack?
The constriction means he can't use a two-handed weapon while he is bound.
Happy with that.
Oh, I got a 27.
Aiming for the large or the small one? The small one has
The large
Plowman.
one.
Okay, a 27 becomes a critical hit against the large one.
Okay. $30 damage. Oh, 60 damage.
Okay, so how would you like to describe taking out the brood mother?
I would say through the eye.
So I will point out that it is a brain with a beak and tentacles. It does not have any eyes.
Oh, okay.
So closer look at Beastie. There we go. No reflection.
Through the mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, it explodes and rains down more. Well, it doesn't explode. Blood just pours out all over Plowman, making him feel better. As he's still reveling in the blood rain of these creatures.
All right. And then I'll go for the other one.
Yep.
That's a 24.
That is a critical hit against that one.
Oh, okay, cool. $25, $50.
And how would you like... Oh, actually, your arrow's just sticking out of that one. It's still going. You
Right.
failed to take it down by 5 points.
Okay. All right. So it's not quite in the eye, in the beak, in the.
Well, you're probably hitting in the back of the brain, so yeah.
Okay, so it's still grappled Plowman. So, Dimitri, you're up. You hear this crashing sound as the big brain finally hits the ground.
I guess I'll have to save Plowman. We'll go a firebolt onto the back of the small one.
Okay, give me an attack.
24.
Okay, so that becomes a critical hit. How would you like to do that?
I was just going for a delicate removal of the creature from Plowman so he could get out, he can start moving again. So a surgical strike, taking it down through the like basically through the tentacles that are holding him, and then so the bolt the magical bolt apparently veers up and goes through the brain.
So how much damage do you do in total?
7, 13, 21, 42.
Okay, so you hit this beastie doing this delicate surgical strike, and you see it basically burn away, leaving its barbs behind.
Yeah, I'm sure Plowman wanted a trophy.
I'm sure you'll be able to figure out how to pull it free from him later.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll pull it for himself quite happily. It'll be fine.
That's all good there. So yes, you seem to have defeated a rather large creature, and there's now lots of eggs here. You see 10 clusters of eggs.
Can we squish them?
They're about 20
Why?
feet off the ground.
There's value in grell eggs. Leave them for the Easter time. What about the boxes and stuff like that were in here?
Okay, so as you
They were a
have,
bit damaged, I think you said.
there are stuff there, but you do see that there is a pile up the top as you're having a look around. You find 6 gem bearings, looking like they come out of some of the machines.
But they appear to be precious stone.
Well, a lot of the gear work of the creatures is made out of stone, made out of gemstone.
Right, okay.
So it is quite obvious what it is.
Yep.
I was looking for the weapon to give you a picture of it. Okay, so compared to the other one you saw before, Jeremy, here's the weapon you see. Also see here. So this is the. So you found the blaster before. Here's the laser.
Well, it's thank you for the opinion. The technology stuff, we'll leave that be for the big meters. But if he finds any power discs, we will grab them just in case we need more power for something.
You pull out the power disc, it has 2 charges on it.
Yep.
You also find a gas mask and a bandolier with 6 canisters on them. So you recognize the canisters as the healing syringes that had just been used on Plum and Trellin.
Yeah.
Cool.
And Plum got himself bit injured again, didn't he?
He did.
He's got like 40 damage or something.
37.
37, right.
Well, I guess we'll stab him again.
Okay, just checking to see how many uses each of these healing canisters have. Okay, so roll a d6 for me, Jeremy.
4.
4. Okay, so it does happen to work on him. He has 9 hit points restored by the injection in his arm.
Okay. Does it look like there's anything left in this particular syringe?
It's showing it has 5 charges left.
Well, I will see if I can give him another stab then.
You stab
I'm
him.
sure you can't overdose on potions, can you?
You stab him again. This one gets rid of 8. Which is amusing considering on 2d12 I'm actually rolling below average.
Yeah, I gotta say. I thought these things actually work better. We'll pump him another one, I guess.
3rd time's the charm. This one gets rid of 10. Oh god, it's still below average.
Yeah, that's right. We might as well finish off this syringe.
Yeah.
I'll just keep squeezing the plunger.
Okay, so you get another 8. He's still got 2 damage left. And
That'll do him.
That'll do.
Well, you can just finish the last one and completely heal him and just throw that canister away.
I thought that was the life.
That was 5 out of 6.
Healing on.
That was 5 rolls out of 6.
Okay. Okay, well, yeah, the intent was, yes, he'll just keep pushing that plunger in and...
Well, it's on a bandolier.
So the last one does a whole 9. So not once did I actually get what I would consider an average roll. And you realize that of the 6 healing ones, there are now only 3 with charges. 2 of them were actually empty. So you would have just kept stabbing him and nothing would have happened.
That would have been easy to try. We've got 3 by 2 healing.
Yep.
Okay.
But you do notice as you're doing this that one of his tattoos seems to be looks as if it has been cut and put back in the slightly out of shape. You realize that with a very astute mind, let's see if I can roll a nice number for you, that his arm looks like it's been amputated and reattached.
Really?
He'll never notice.
So the tattoo's slightly off arm center.
Yep. He'll never notice. When you look more carefully, you realise that actually they've amputated and replaced his right arm and his left arm in reverse. His thumbs are in the wrong area.
And then we say, "Right, Sasha." Okay, so yes, that's what you find in that area.
Apparently, Parliament being the wars.
Yeah.
It's all good now.
I mean, I'm sure it's fine.
And you see a cargo lift that you can use to go further down if you wish to. But it doesn't seem to be operating at this time. There's also a brown card door on this room as well as the violet one to the robot room you found earlier.
Okay. We'll try one of the other brown doors. The top is so there was nothing else particularly we found in the boxes tucked off. So we kept the laser and the bandolier healing potions.
That was all that seemed to be available here.
And the gemstone gearing systems. Okay.
Yeah, the gemstone gears that you can use for other things. Especially when you find areas that don't seem to be working well. So just moving my marker to which level you're on. It's always good when you can use your tissues for many things. Okay, so yes. Opening that door, you got to make sure I flick to the right map because level 2 is a whole 3.5 pages. Well, when I'm looking for an area, I can see the same number for 2 levels on the same on the same open section.
Yeah. They restart the numbering on each level with that extra basic pretty when you go on to a new level.
So, looking as the door opens to Area B, which takes you to Area 1, which is where I was getting confused. A large space crammed with giant boxes and cylinders, each marked with indecipherable glyphs, is discovered here. The containers are stacked near the ceiling in places and are arranged with a sense of order. Aisles pass through the stacked piles deeper into the chamber. Some of the containers appear damaged, and there are heaps of mouldering organic and rusting metallic debris spilling from them.
This would appear to not have much of value.
Give me a nature check.
Total of, I think it's 10.
Total of 10.
I'll just double check. I'm a total of 8 with my plus 7.
Total of 8 with your plus 7. Yeah, you're not sure what this stuff's for. But any of the others is welcome to make a nature check themselves.
The elf know about nature? You still there, Martin?
He's on mute.
Sorry, I was taking a piss.
Oh, right. There's an opportunity to determine or decipher more plant life. Does the elf want to have an attempt?
Yeah, I'll give it
Or
a go.
is the elf going to use his standard plant identification technique of, yep, it burns?
Oh yeah, I've got a 20. 17 plus 3.
Okay, so I'm just grabbing myself some food. So yes, looking at it, you see this room is filled with a whole heap of horticultural material, though it does look as if it is decayed. Though you can probably still make use of it, considering decayed material is not beyond the realm of use for horticulture. Because you got lots of manure and other organic material to keep plant life alive.
So
What else? Yeah, it can stay there for the time being.
yeah, like we're not going to become horticulturalists as a sideline in this campaign.
Fair enough. It'll be important equipment for Dimitri to claim later, so yes. So yeah, did you say there was another ground door off the Grell's room?
This is the same room so there was there was a second one off the Grell's room next to the lift.
Yep. We'll have a look at that one then.
Okay, looking in there, it's well lit, but it seems to be empty.
Okay. I guess we'll head back out onto the balcony area, and I guess we'll keep moving off in the same direction that we've already started, away from the lift.
Mm.
I'm not certain whether that was up or down or left or right from where we started from.
You've been heading right from where you started. So,
Okay.
overlooking the area below, you find a fork-shaped box with glass lenses and 4 protruding handles. Or levers is attached to the walkway's railing on a flexible metal staff. The lenses are present on the side closest to the drop-off to the levels below. The fork twines are pointed towards the walkways. Actually have another picture to show you, which I'm sure you can recognize just from the description is some form of viewing device.
I was going to say, we're talking, they appear to be 2 spy glasses next to each other.
So the pictures are really weird, but hey, let's see. There we go.
Okay.
That is weird.
It is.
Is it a control system that Dimitri's recognised or played with in the training room?
Well, if I zoom in on that section there, you sort of see that you've got handles you hold. You're looking at one side, and the fork's pointed in the direction you're looking.
Yep.
So a very interesting control thing.
Dimitri will have a bit of a look.
And you would have seen many examples of that in the training area.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems to let you see below a lot clearer. You can see all the trees up close that were distant previously. Enough so that you can actually count the striations on the leaves from this distance.
Well, Demetrius would say that they're quite an impressive spyglass, but then considering the fact that he might have seen this sort of image from the control room, and then also seen the computer systems of the shadow elves that we met at the south of Elfheim, it's not really all that impressive.
Though it does give you measurements and other information once you learn the language.
Okay. But yeah, okay. We will continue down along the balcony area and look in any doors that we go past.
Okay, so the next door you come to is another one filled with these boxes. Very hard to see what's actually in there unless you go through it in detail.
We'll open a couple boxes or take a look behind a couple boxes, but again, we're not going to spend huge amounts of time searching for it at the moment because we are still looking to get out of it, find a way out.
Okay, so as you're doing that one, I will give you a perception roll.
18.
18.
Man, I don't know that I've rolled above 5 my last half dozen rolls.
You do
I rolled 24.
Between the two of you do find a violet door hidden behind the boxes.
A violet door,
Mm-hmm.
which was the technician's one we said, didn't we?
That is correct.
But we'll slash the violet card against the door and see what happens.
Okay, so the room opens up and you've got multiple things to look at. Okay, so you can see that there's 6 large altar-like structures present here, each rising some 10 feet above the floor and perched atop 3 sturdy legs. The altars are 10 feet in diameter and bowl-shaped. 4 odd-looking bent pylons loom over each of the bowls, ending in discs with spear-like protrusions in the center. A large gaping hole, roughly 10 feet long and 5 feet wide, is visible in the ceiling above. Several large crates, some covered in protective sheathing, are also visible along the perimeter in this room. So it looks like you found something, a special cargo hold.
Ooh.
Because this does look different to the others.
Okay. Do we recognise what these like large robots or?
I'm just looking for the picture to show you. Because the descriptions doesn't give me an idea of what it is. It's like, hey.
Okay. I just felt like you're talking about the three long legs or something. I thought, oh, maybe there's some sort of tripod robot.
Okay, so let's see.
No, seemingly we got the robots in front of them, but
We got the robot and the tripod behind it.
okay. And we can see something on the tripod, or just
Something
the tripods that we can see are fairly empty.
I believe the tripod has something on it. So we're just trying to get that back. Oh no, so that there is nothing in that stasis cage at this stage. You know it's a place where you can store things for later.
Yeah, okay. Like dwarves.
Like dwarves, yes.
Well, I'm
Right.
looking at Therion brackets Drazzle,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't figure out why there's Therion.
Yeah, well, he makes a lot of noise, and normally I pipe up with the Dragon Ball when he does.
Okay, cool.
He wanders around every now and then and makes himself known. Okay, so
we will continue around the corridor, I guess.
did you want to look at this room in any detail, because it is different to the others?
Well, but the we'll certainly go into it. But I thought you said that there was nothing on the tripod, like so to make you recognise the most stasis pod type effect or something.
Well, you're looking at
this one wasn't currently in use.
You're looking at it from a distance, and there are different style boxes in here.
Okay, well, yep. Again, we'll have a look at the room itself and open a couple boxes. And
okay, give
22.
me so perception from Trellin. Trellin finds very quickly a skeleton with a orange card and one of those blaster rifles, not the laser rifles.
Okay.
We'll take the orange card. Are you taking the blaster rifle, or are you leaving that where it is?
Well, I want to take the blaster rifle.
Remember what happened last time a blaster rifle went off?
Well, you had the hand blaster, so that's what you had previously and used.
Yeah.
This is what he's found.
That's right. A much bigger version. Now, remember what happened last time?
No, I don't.
We fired off one of the blasters and it bounced all around the room, nearly taking out everyone in the party.
Okay.
And Dimitri suggested, hey, these things, leave them behind. We'll take the power crystal out of it, or the power disc, if it's got one in there.
Okay.
And the other thing that Trellin notices is a large transparent box under a wrapping of protective cloth. Inside he finds 4 serpentine creatures bearing wings covered with feathers in an assortment of rainbow hues. The creatures are unmoving and, if dead, are remarkably well preserved. A small black cylinder with alien markings protrudes from the side of the crate at shoulder level, and you instantly recognize them as Koa tools from your time in the Hollow World.
Yep.
So they've been harvesting the natural creatures of the whatever.
Well, hey, they did harvest Bradshaw and Plummet.
Okay. The Dimitri will look over your shoulder at what you found there and basically say, okay, they might be alive, but we can't let them out yet because, hey, we can't get them out of here. We can come back for them.
Yep, that's good. I'll just put the lid back on and try to seal it.
Well, it was just covered in a cloth, so it's actually already sealed. Though you do see that the control box has a dial.
Alright, I won't touch that.
Dimitri looking at the control box and the dial and stuff, does this look like it's got power, or does it look like it's not powered?
It does have power.
Right. And looking at the system, it doesn't seem like the power's about to run out or anything like that?
It does not.
No, not with that.
You believe
these things
you believe these things are designed to last and probably using the ship's own power source?
Yeah, it's part of the reason why the ship's own power source will deplete in only 100 and something years. Dimitri warned the rest of the party that no, don't go around flicking things unnecessarily. Like when the power runs out, the whole thing blows up. the... Okay, well, I guess we'll keep moving around. Right, well, I guess looking ahead along the corridor, this balcony area,
Yep.
about how far around the balcony have we got so far?
Okay, so as an 8-sided shape, you're just you're in the middle of the top, and you've moved around it. So 1.5 segments.
Okay, so we're nearly a quarter of the way round.
That's
right?
correct. That's correct. Nearly a quarter of the way around. And you see the path going down here has a thick vine covered with thorns, bearing numerous small tentacles extending across the ground. The thorns are formidable, ranging from an inch long on the smaller vines to the width of a human palm on the central creeper.
Is this reminiscent of the strangler vines that we met first of all?
Give me another nature roll as I look the picture up.
16.
On a 16 with the challenge rating of 2, you do recognize it as a plant called the vampire thorn. Unlike the other one that chokes you, this one actually bleeds you.
I think that needs more burning as well.
And so that's the picture they give you of the vampire thorns.
Yeah.
Though without a long railing, which doesn't do the picture justice.
Yeah. Do you wish to go forward and burn it with your sword, or do you want me to burn it from back here?
I'm happy to burn it.
And on the other side of it, you see
Okay.
the strangle vine.
I'm happy to burn it.
Okay,
Burn the
so,
strangler vine, and then the vampire
well,
vine.
the vampire
I think-
one has
I
to be
think you
done
hit-
first.
Yeah, you'd have to go through the vampire vine to get to the strangler. So you'd be standing in vampire while you kill a strangler. I wouldn't suggest that
Okay.
your
So
best option.
vampire vine, and then yeah.
Okay, so with you and with Dimitri giving you some assist with his pointy, you managed to dispose of 2 lots of vampire thorns and 1 strangler vine, and clear the second working elevator.
Nice.
You find another service room for robots, and you see
Are there any robots in there as such?
there are the same sort of robots in the as you found in the other room.
Okay, we will smash the card and say, that's right, you stay there, we're all good.
And you see a large opening to the south, directly at where the corridor bends around into the third segment.
Okay?
So counting the one you started on as 0, you've basically traversed 2 segments, not counting the half you started on.
Okay, yep. Oh, okay, take another open door, we'll have a look in there.
Okay, so it's a very
Again,
expansive.
Dimitri will take advantage of the open door and go stealthily and look around, just like last time. It worked so well.
This expansive area appears to be a mixture of a feast hall and a performance space. Much of the floor is open, free from obstructions and ringed by a number of small tables surrounded by chairs. A raised area contains a bar and chairs, indicating it may have served as a tavern. Strange metal boxes are affixed to the ceiling, and a large shimmering ball, faceted like a massive gemstone, dangles above the center of the open floor. And just to help you visualize it better, it does have wording on the map.
Dimitri's obviously very interested in the huge gemstone hanging from the ceiling.
Yep, and not only
I'm
that,
glad to know where this is going.
as you walk around, it has the cocktail lounge, a bar, and a dancing hall.
Otherwise, it's mostly empty.
Otherwise, it is mostly empty. I'm just getting the camera back. Okay, looking around, there doesn't seem to be much, but you can try to give it a thorough search if you wish to.
Okay, so I don't, like Dimitri's not particularly interested in searching the area because it's unlikely to take us to a spot where we need to get down to. So,
as there's also
it does not appear to be the control room.
there's also a kitchen here that supports them, as well as so that entire space, nightclub, cocktail lounge, and dancing hall is one big area.
Right. Okay.
You continue moving around and pass through multiple segments quite easily, finding more cargo holds along the way. Passing halfway through, you come across an area you haven't been to before.
Okay.
Okay, so and this is another cargo bay, and you see another floating creature with eye stalks, tentacles, and it seems to be floating towards you. Would you like to make a initiative roll?
Do we recognise what it is?
Probably not.
Oh, it's a plump.
Which is what I'm saying. Probably not.
28 for Dimitri's initiative.
So, did anyone else get an initiative?
22.
So, Trellon 22, don't have to change it. Dimitri.
Give me
20.
one moment, I will roll it myself, and I guarantee you I'm not going to get an 18. Yeah, I rolled a 4.
So, 18 total.
Yes.
Okay, so looks like it is Dimitri up the front. You get to go first.
He's take a look at it, see what it is.
It is looking down at you from atop of the boxes.
So is it actually floating, or is it apparently sitting on the boxes?
Well, it has its tentacles on the boxes, but obviously the tentacles aren't holding it up.
Okay. So yeah. Has Dimitri got any idea what it is?
I'm just looking up what you'd look it up. Okay, so that's going to be definitely a Arcana roll. So there's a good chance you will know what it is.
Oh, well, that's nice. I rolled a natural 1, so I'll take 10 and get 21 plus the D4 is 25.
Okay, you've read all about these creatures, so just use whatever knowledge you want.
I'm rolling a natural 20, which is 20.
So you also know all about these creatures. That they are a peaceful species that is pretty much murdered by everything else in the galaxy.
So they were indeed flops. To make you look at it, it's harmless. Let go.
Okay. So as you say that, all of you hear in your head, salutations, warm emotion. Walking beans, mild humour. Who and what are you? Curiosity, fear. And how did you get here? Curiosity, hope.
Greetings. Dimitri. Just I remember exactly what each sequence of questions because they give it answers to.
So it basically said one sentence, which was salutations, walking beans. Who and what are you, and how did you get here? But each time it said something, you felt emotion at the same time.
Yeah, no, that guy, I recognize that guy. Yeah. Greetings. Dimitri. We came from above. We're looking to find the most expedient way out.
It asks if you will help it with more curiosity, hope.
How do you get
out?
It woke up here. Curiosity, fear.
How long have you been awake?
Since it opened its eyes, it said. With a unsure frame of reference sort of feeling.
You wish to leave? Or do you have other aid required?
Herbert wishes to leave, it says with amusement.
Have you met anyone else here? Has anyone else woken up?
It describes Rupers with alarm, fear. What it calls Wedberg flocks with also alarm, fear. It also asks why you limit yourself to the ground. With curiosity.
I can run up the wall.
For the time being, it's convenient. The ground is not a limiting factor, though. So.
It mentions that it has not seen creatures who perch on the ground as often as you seem to, with curiosity.
Well, had you met many creatures before you woke up here?
Yes, it has met many in Chuasbrook.
Do I recognize that name?
Has absolutely no meaning to you whatsoever.
Okay.
He does describe the pink skies with wonder, delight.
Do I know where these sort of creatures normally come from?
They come from the plains normally, because they're dragged in from other outer space of other worlds, other planes. They're not native to here.
Yeah. I didn't think they were as a player, but I couldn't remember the person. So.
It is an aberration.
Yeah. Well, if you wait here, we'll get you out. We'll get you home.
You get feelings of loneliness and sadness.
You're welcome to follow us if you want to, but it could be very dangerous.
You get feelings of caution and happiness.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's take it with us.
I think it's just great to follow. So,
It says its name is Hurup. You know, which is amusing because it gives it HRUHBRT as its name. They had fun making this.
I hope we shall. Okay. You can follow, but I can only recommend waiting would be better. We shan't stop you.
And
But we are going to head off.
it's about the size of a halfling.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
They are small creatures. Okay, so
Come, fragile thing. I will guard you with my life.
it gives warm happiness towards Plumman at those words.
Did Armin say something? Sorry, I missed it.
Plumman did say he'll guard it with his life.
Right, okay.
Well, that'll only last a couple of minutes.
So, in which case then, I guess we will keep moving around. We'll have a quick glance at the boxes in this cargo hold, but the
Looking at those, there doesn't appear to be anything worth taking here.
all good. So we're about 2/3, 3/4 of the way around the balcony now, are we?
You are. As you move further, you find a lounge and more storage spaces. Before you come to another area full of gricks. Growls.
All of growls?
Gricks, actually.
Grick? Okay.
Yep.
Dimitri will look towards Farmer as to whether or not he wants to get some revenge on the other one. Is these all one, or is there another one again?
Okay, so there are 4 medium-sized ones and 1 large one. So this is what the gricks are.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they're not the fuzzy brain things. So
No, they are the snakes with the predator-like opening mouth.
yes, and somewhat more ferocious than plumps.
Yeah.
In which case, then I guess when we're looking into this cargo hold, I'm guessing that initiative will start whether we want it to or not.
I don't think that they can sense you because you would be far enough away that you're outside of their sight.
Well, but if they're in one of the cargo hold type stuff, when we go in and just have a quick glance to see if there's anything in there.
So tables
I'm
and
assuming
chairs, it seems to be set up as a meeting area with everything thrown about, and you see basically 5 of these creatures, 4 of them medium-sized, 1 of them large, curled up and chittering to each other.
Okay, so we get to see them before they see us.
You see them before they see you.
To make you recognise what they are.
You can make a, because they're also they're a monstrosity, so it would be a nature roll. You may not know because nature's not your strong suit.
Not the strongest of strong, but he's pretty good. 24.
24. You definitely recognise a Grick and a Griff Alpha as if you've read their Monster Manual stat block.
So, are they something that we should be concerned about?
The
We don't
Alpha.
necessarily kill.
The Alpha is concerning in the sense that it's a challenge for a party of level 7, but that's it. It's as deadly for you as the Grells were, but
Yeah. No, from Dimitri's perspective, that means that they've got to be eliminated because when he's coming through by himself, there'll be a challenge, potentially.
there would definitely be a challenge. Though you think that between Plowman and Trellin, it would take probably 1 round to clear the room.
Yeah, well, particularly if we can catch them by surprise, Dimitri will explain that, yes, these things, unlike the flops, these things need to be eliminated. So.
Plumman, like, shoulders past him and starts getting...
He'll prepare to be using Firebolt. So.
Okay, so I will get each of you to give me a initiative roll. So we'll be giving the Grell disadvantage on each roll because he doesn't know what's going on.
27.
27 for Trellin, and apparently 15 was the number the Grell wanted to roll on disadvantage.
55 for Dimitri.
25 for Dimitri. How did Plowman go?
That's a great question.
He's got a 16 on the die, which I think he got
No, thank you. I have my own dice.
So he's got
Thank you
20
very much.
instead of the 22.
He said he's got his own dice.
Yeah, Jeremy, can you not hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm not hearing David at all. So.
Wow, you're the only one. You should probably unmute me, you jackass. 17.
70. Okay. So yes, Trellin, the amazing elf with the bow that can hit most things, is up first.
Alrighty. So I will
Shoot the
try
large
and
one or the small ones.
I'll try and drop the small ones and leave the Ethengarian to smash the big one. So that's 24.
24 is that's a crit.
Oh. Sorry, I'll put my dice away so that the
Cat won't steal it.
cat wouldn't steal it. There we go. Okay. 30, 60. 60 for the eagle eye longbow.
So how would you describe killing this serpent with tentacle face?
Through the middle eye or whatever it is.
Okay, yes, you basically managed to turn it into a Shiska Grell.
Alright. That's even better. So that's 31.
Definitely a critical hit on that one.
double 8s, but double 3s.
That'll probably hurt. Yeah.
So that's 37, 74.
Okay, hitting that one, it seems to splatter all over the place as it seems to basically take the spine out of the skin as the arrow keeps going.
All right.
Okay, so that brings us to Dimitri.
So what group there was? Now there were still 3 little ones and 1 big one.
1 little one and 1 big one.
I thought this was 5 total.
4 total, so there's 1 extra, there's 2 little ones, 1 big one. Trellin killed 2.
Fine, killed 2, did he? Oh, that's sorry, yes, he did too. In which case, then I will. Okay, we were giving the Climb chance for the big one, so I'll just go firebolt at the small one to start with. 27.
27 becomes a critical hit.
12, 20, 40 points of fire damage.
Okay, it seems to incinerate as you hit it.
Okay. No, I won't interfere with Climb fun.
Okay, so then the larger one seems to leap towards you, doing a charge, and attacks Plowman, but because it charges, it only gets 1 attack.
Just gonna see if I can do anything to make myself rage straight away.
I don't know if you can hear me, David. I'm assuming you can, but I can't hear you. I'm hoping Plowman wanted to have fun.
You want me to relay whatever
Jeremy
Plowman
check
says?
his messages on Discord, please?
I don't think I need to hear most of what Plowman says.
Yeah, can somebody tell Jeremy to check his Discord messages, please?
Apparently there's lots of Discord messages for Jeremy. Okay, so it does attack Plowman. It hits armor class of 24.
That'll hit.
Which will definitely hit. With doing 2d8 damage to hit you. Which will probably be the only damage you take in the combat.
But you do realise, of course, that in this session, Plowman's taken more damage than all the rest of us the whole time we've been in here.
That is correct.
Shut up, Jeremy.
So you take 12 piercing damage as it beats you.
12.
Yep.
Where's the rest of the damage?
That is all the damage it does as it attacks you.
Would it so happen to be my turn now?
It is now your turn because he got to go before you, having rolled a few points higher.
Plowman gets hit by the pleb, and that's exactly what is going to be called from now on. He thought he had his main character moment, and he just gets knocked to the side a bit, stops, and slowly looks back at it and smiles. A tiny bit of blood coming out at the side of his mouth. He spits out the blood, doesn't even bother to rage, and just attacks.
Mm.
Hang on a sec. First attack is 19 to hit.
Okay, so you get to add, because you're an expert with your glaive, you get to add 8 plus your strength bonus to your roll, which is plus 5, I believe. So that means you're adding 13 to whatever you roll.
And you're rolling 5d10, wasn't it?
So
plus 4 on whatever I just said. 19, 23 to hit.
23 to hit, so that is just a hit, not a critical.
Yeah, cool. Hang on 2 secs, sorry.
But it is 5d10 damage.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to be good for that guy. 45 damage.
Okay, you hit it for 45 damage and it's still moving.
Excellent. I'm very happy to hear that. 30 to hit?
30 to hit on your second swing, and you managed to crit that one.
Nice.
5d10 plus 13 doubled. Is he probably going to hurt it?
Well, he doesn't add the attack bonus to his damage.
Right,
30. Sorry, you don't double the attack bonus.
The attack bonus isn't added to the damage. Your damage is your strength plus the weapon's bonus of +1, so it's +6, which is
5d10 plus 6.
Yeah. Anyway, so we times that by 2, correct?
Yep.
68 damage.
68 damage. So, how do you want to describe taking out the Greek Alpha?
With absolutely no noise whatsoever, Plumman directly pierces it between its eyes and just lets it drop in a heap as it instantly dies. No drama, no nothing. It got what it deserved, and it got it.
So the slight confusion in that statement is it has no eyes, but hey, you still managed to do
Got that one.
You still managed to make it where you believe the eyes would be and slice it and make it just drop without even noticing that you'd hit it.
Yes. It was dead before it even realized what was going on.
Okay, so that brings us to the last of the small ones that's still alive.
Didn't Dimitri kill that?
No, you. There was 4 of them. You killed one, and you decided to leave the last one for Plumman.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought that it was the last one was the big one. So.
And as it slithers forward and tries to attack Plumman, it gets a measly 14 to hit.
Yeah, that's not
It won't be a critical miss.
So it swings at Plumman, and he just very casually dodges it.
Okay, so Trellin, you're up. We've actually got to a second round. That doesn't happen very often.
Only because I misunderstood how many were left. Dimitri would have done a second hand trip to actually take out the other one.
So 30 to hit.
That becomes a critical hit.
And that's 25, 50 damage.
Okay, so yes, how do you describe taking out this one with one blow?
I think with the piercing damage, it's just in the brain,
Okay.
wherever the brain is.
Okay, so you see it strike it so hard that its brain pops out the other side with the arrow.
Cool.
You have managed to take out a brick nest, Ben. And as you look around, you do find a yellow card, a wound healing canister with 5 charges remaining, and a syringe.
Yellow, another wound with 5.
And one of the curative syringes.
Oh, but is that what the canister goes into?
No, that is a completely separate thing.
Oh, okay.
So the what you know is the canisters have healing charges, even though they do inject you. The other ones are for dealing with poisons, diseases, and
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
other toxins.
Okay. Okay. Yes,
But-
we will
But they look
keep that
nastier
aside.
because they're the larger gauge needles.
Yeah.
Okay. You believe you've actually cleared the whole level.
Yeah. So we've got back around to where we started effectively, have we?
You have. Just so you know, that is roughly how that level looks.
Okay.
A lot of them share the same number.
So I guess the next question from Ned for people, and we might want to do it next session. Do people want to go down the elevator, or do people want to go off the side?
Probably the elevator.
The flump does say that the web birds will attack anything that comes over the railing.
Okay.
Does Dimitri recognise the idea or the concept of a web bird? Could we see web birds?
Let me see, showing picture. Okay, so you get a picture in your mind of that without having any idea of scale or reference.
But we can't see anything flying around in the area?
It says it attacks anything that tries to go in the space above the trees below. Territorial bird.
So that therefore we're likely to find them if we start walking through on the ground in the garden?
Probably less so downstairs than if you were to try to fly over. It learned not to fly over.
Mm-hmm. So, no, I guess we'll take the elevator then.
Okay, so that brings you to a new level. Gotta get to the right page so I can put the bookmark in there. Because you have reached the Botanical Gardens Rookery and Menagerie level.
Yeah.
And there are two possible pictures.
What, depending whether we jumped over the balcony or whether we've gone down the elevator?
It doesn't tell me, it just says two possible pictures. So I now have to look at the pictures and figure out which one is it actually referring to.
You mean one before the fireball and one's after?
Okay. Now I'm just going to have a quick look at the map and see if that actually gives me some indication of which picture is the best to show you.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it depends upon which elevator we came out of or something.
No, I
If
think
there's more than one option.
I believe one's an elevator view and one's a you drop down there view. Okay.
Makes sense.
So I'll give you the elevator view picture. One of the color pictures.
Mmm.
Now in color.
Yeah.
So you've reached the greenery level. And there's no fungi here.
But I'm guessing there's potentially lots of strangler vines and vampire vines.
I'm sure there's plenty of those, oh my.
I mean, sure, it might be a nice place to have a stream-side picnic, but hey.
That's okay. Just to give you some idea, I've got descriptions of deadly purple blossom plant, deadly triflower plant, deadly saposol plant, the horrid plant, the globe palm, the leucoids. Then it starts going to actual areas. So there's whole bunches of plants in this area that's all about killing you.
Okay, but no vampire vines or strangler vines? Well, that'd be okay.
Those are the random encounters.
Alright. So, I'm not certain we're likely to find the control center in the middle of the big garden.
You have corridors.
Are we still seeing?
You have corridors.
Are we still seeing a down option?
It still has a down option, but there are also corridors down here as well, and many doors. So the botanical garden section is the southern area from the left you're using, and there's a door to the north and passageways going east and west.
Okay, so basically, on the level above, we went round on a balcony. There's basically internal or indoor areas which would be under the balcony, is that right?
Under the storage rooms and the balcony, yes.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, it may be worth doing an investigation of the perimeter of this level. But I'm not sure it's going to be worth going into the garden.
Agreed.
Except possibly with a pair of flamethrowers.
I mean, I've got the flame tongue longsword, so.
Yeah. But eventually thinking much bigger than that.
Yeah.
When he's talking flamethrower, before talking paired wand with fireballs.
Okay.
So in which case then we will go left out of the elevator section.
You don't want to go through the room that's to the north?
There's a room north, yep, that's fine. Right. Before the idea of we're not going forward, we're not going south.
Yeah.
So,
That's what I was assuming.
yeah. I figured that the elevator can not actually on the wall, are they? Because that's where the airlock from the medical base were. So
Yep, they're a little bit in from the wall.
yeah.
So, as you use the key and go in, you find numerous open-faced chambers are arranged in tiers along the edges of this area. Metal platforms linked by ramps climb up to the tiers, ending 40 feet above the floor. Inside each chamber, a number of plate-shaped discs with dagger-sized spikes protruding from their center are visible lining the ceiling. Most of the chambers are empty, but a few contain the bones of large identifiable beasts. A blinking red light is visible beside a closed door at the western end of the room.
When we say identifiable beasts, we're talking beasts of our world.
Beasts that you would recognize from your world, yes.
Yep. Okay.
This looks like another stasis area.
Mm-hmm.
While most of them have been removed.
Do we have a better understanding of what small plate-like object with dagger-sized spikes hanging from the middle of them in the ceiling might be?
You believe that it was what they stuck the specimen on for those that weren't alive.
Right.
They weren't necessarily benevolent explorers.
No, I think we'd already worked that out. So, Demetrio goes off to the door with the blinking light and check to make sure that it doesn't have a view screen through the door or anything like that. And if not, he'll take a listen at the door to see if he can see if anything's audible on the other side. Although I have a feeling that they're normally fairly good soundproof thick walls, but 30 on perception.
Okay, looking at it, it looks like controls that you recognize as game over controls.
Uh-huh.
Or also used as refresh controls, as the same sort of thing, where you can, in the games you're playing, refresh something for use at a later time.
Or the idea, they say, yes, you've lost this game, but you can restart, because you've only a game, unlike real life.
So for the players, not the characters, this would be where you would be disposing of all your dead organic matter.
Mm-hmm.
So they can reuse their status chambers.
Yeah. So I'm assuming Dimitri doesn't hear anything through the door.
He does not. But it is easy to open.
Yeah, okay. He will recommend the others stand back, be ready, and he will open the door.
Okay, it leads you into a small corridor that heads back into the area going. Well, actually, it's just a small little chamber. Looks like it is a actual disposal room where you, if you push the buttons on the side, this is where they destroy all the organic material.
It's the sort of thing that, yes, if something's in here, then you put it in here, you push the buttons, and it will incinerate and disintegrate anything in here. The main reason Dimitri was opening the door was on the hope that, well, maybe it'll be a garbage chute and it'll be a way out. But
it is a garbage
apparently
chute
not.
Way.
That's right, but not to the outside world.
And there is another door that will lead you back down into the western side of their lift area.
Right after. And assuming Plummet is suggesting not right now for going down that garbage chute. We'll go the other way.
Okay, so heading the other way, you can now take the corridors either to the east or to the west, and there are also slopes going down to the lower level. So you can.
As in, seemingly down to the next deck rather than take the elevator, or
It's down to the next deck, I believe. I'm just checking the map of the place. Which will make more sense when I look up the map. So, looks like it leads to the service deck for the garden area.
Oh, okay. So we're talking the sub-level crawlway type space,
Yeah, though looking at
like we had on level
there,
2.
there's no ramps going up, which really does strike you as weird.
Yeah, let's not go for a sub-level right now. We will go round on this level.
Because the arrows that say down end with nothing to walk through, which is why I thought it went down to the next level. Okay, let me see if it goes even further. Oh no, it actually does go. It goes quite a bit down. Okay, so looking at said map.
Yeah, yep.
Levels like that. This is the cross section map. The top level was level 1. The crawl space was level 2. The walkway was level 3.
Yep.
The garden is level 4. The slopes go down to sub-level 5.
I spoke to level 5. I said.
Level 5 itself is the crawl space that services the garden, which the slopes bypass. So,
Well,
all the
but there's areas around the garden that are not garden on this level, though, isn't there?
There are. Just trying to get my camera back. There we go. Yes, there are areas on this floor that you haven't been to that aren't garden. And there is a walkway that seems to go most of the way around.
Okay. I think then that we should be keen to actually do the walk around the garden, around the garden, not in the garden. But I'm also tempted to leave it till next session and let's see what happens. Because I know I'm feeling tired.
We can hold it there that you're on level 4, the garden level, and then see if we find a Bradshaw turn up in some status pod or another.
We'll see Bradshaw. We'll wave to him if we go past when he's caught up by one of those strangler vines and purple blooms or something.
No, we do know he won't be here for the next session, so we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Okay, so I will put it on end credits and then talk to you before we finish.
Cool. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for the game.